Hello guys, this is Skoda Kushaq 1.0 TSI 2020-23 variant, and this car is an ambient variant. And let's get into the engine bay of this car. This is a 1 liter petrol turbo engine, and there is no insulation inside anywhere of this engine in the wood also, so that the heat and the sound is very visible to us. And this is a very famous Volkswagen. Can you see Volkswagen's 1 liter engine, 1 liter TSI engine used in Polos and Ventos, etc. Emus. Car produced 113 bhp of power, and not 113.9, which is 114. And this car has an 16-inch alloy wheel in the ambient version. In the top variant of this car, they produce diamond cut alloy wheels of 17-inch. And even in this car, this mid variant, most of the features are same as top end. And I will show you the difference between the top end and this ambition variant. And this car has a rear defogger with heating red lines, and does not get some washer fluid from this rear wiper. Front Skoda offers the disc brake, and at the back it is normal drum brake as regular cars. Top end variant, Skoda gives Bridgestone tires either than spare tires, and the ground clearance of the car is so good for an Indian roads. And even heavy speed breakers, this car does not hit the ground. The leg room in the rear is so good. Even a tall person who larger than 6 feet can sit easily. And here has some storage space, magazine holder. And here has a AC vent for rear passengers and 2 Type-C charging ports. And rear reading lights are given here. And for all 3 passenger headrest is given, but this 2 headrest only, it's adjustable. The boot space of the car is not greater than a sedan. It is just little. It's okay for a 3 suitcase, and you can place it 1 over 1. And but the boot is so tall than a sedan, so that you can dump your things in this car. And this car has 60-40 split of rear seats, and also gets a spare wheel, I think so. But it is not an alloy, normal spare wheels, steel spare wheels. And in the interior, here has the music controls, forward and reverse, and this is a voice command, and this is a dynamic scroll button. And this side also same, it is used for adjusting the instrumental cluster. And this is to browse the data given in the instrumental cluster, like driving data, vehicle status, and telephone, audio, and driving data, etc. This is the headlight switch, and first is 0, and fog lights and low beam. And when we pull this, the fog lights on while driving the car. And here is the headlights leveler, and it is a physical key, and it is a 6-speed manual transmission. And this is a 8-inch infotainment system which has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay True. And in the top model, the difference in this infotainment system is only the size. Top model has 10-inch infotainment, and it has 8-inch infotainment system. And every features in this car and the top model has same, except the physical buttons given here. In that model, they will be the buttons will be infused in the screen. This ambient variant does not get an auto dimming rear view mirror. It is a normal rear view mirror. This car has an idle stop, which even starts the car if we turn the steering wheel. Let me show you while I drive this car. In every car, we will see whether when we press the clutch, the car starts. But in this car, when we turn the steering after the idle stop, the car starts again. Let me show you the demo. That's all. I didn't press the clutch, but the car starts while turning the steering. But this will be useful feature for automatic. But for the manual, either we should press a clutch for changing the first gear. A single channel ambient light only in the front with a single color because of the Kushaq ambient. This is a mid variant, so that a single color ambient light comes from the front dashboard from right corner to left corner, and only in white color. And you can adjust the intensity of this light in the infotainment system also. This Kushaq comes with an high bass speakers, and has 2 tweeters in the front and 2 coaxial speakers and 2 component speakers, so that the car will produce a very good quality sound. Let me show you the demo. the sound quality is so good, and in this speakers you can also tune positioning of the sound. Like if you place it at the left corner, right corner, the sound comes only from the right corner, and the left back, the sound comes only from the left back, and the center. And even you can choose the equalizer and tune the sound setting, like the individual you can increase the bass and the treble and the mid of the sound. And the insulation in this car, as the German build, this car is very strong and very thick body, so that the sound quality improves a lot from because of the insulation. And the damping is very well contained in the doors, and the doors are so heavy, so that if we place high sound also, no vibrations in the car, and the sound quality is so good because of it. You can see the car controls in the infotainment system itself, like vehicle, how range this car goes, and how average mileage this car has given, and long-term review, and since refueling. And this car has many features you can unlock using a third-party station. In settings, you can control the infotainment system settings like Bluetooth, factory reset, etc. And the screen, and how long this screen can be turned on when you lock this car. And this part link is used for a wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and even you can use it through a USB cable. And these are media controls and radio controls, and telephone can be used when the car is connected, when the phone is connected with the Bluetooth, and you can store your contacts here and call using this. And the traction control of the car can be turned off here physically. And this is the brightness of the infotainment system, which equally increase in the instrumental cluster too. And audio mute button, and screen off, night screen off switch. Control the car settings like ambient lighting, and you can check the tire pressure monitor. When the pressure of the tire is low, you will get a indication in the instrumental cluster, and you can set speed warnings. And the light you can reduce for ambient lighting intensity and instrumental panel intensity, and the convenience turn light signal for light assistance. And the opening and closing of the central doors, you can just change this with a single door or a vehicle side door. This car, the center lock, when you lock the car, for the driver side, when you open the door, it easily opens. And for the co-passenger, when we lock the car, when we open this 2 times, the car opens and the center lock disappears. And this car's AC control is in touch AC controls. You can swipe like this with the finger for adjustment of the blower, and even you can press this. And same for the temperature controller. And this car does not get an ventilated seats. In the next variant, this car gets ventilated seats, and the physical button for ventilated seats it's given here. The auto defogger at front and back. And this car does not get a wireless charging pad, and the wireless charging pad is available in the next variant. And this car gets 12-volt charging socket with 2 type C charging ports. In this car, the mirror is a motorized mirror. It gets closed when we lock the car. Let me show you. I'm locking the car, the mirror gets closed. Skoda gives a feature called cornering lights, and the fog lights of this car perform as a cornering lights. When we turn the car, when we turn the steering wheel certain degrees, let me show you. While turning right, only the right hand side fog lights turn on, so that you can get more visibility at the blind spot area at the right side. And if the left hand side fog light still remains off, if we turn left, at the left hand side fog lights turn on. Can you see the blind spot area there looks so bright? And let me show you the left side. And the car defaultly has the fog lights off, so that if we want to turn the fog lights, we should pull this light switch, so that both the lights function at the same time. Let me check the first gear and second gear potential of this car, how torquey is this car goes. The 114 bhp's output. This This car has an initial lag below 2000 rpm, but after the needle cross 2000 rpm, the total power of the car opens above 2000 rpm. And you can see the light over there. It is a cornering light feature of this. Is a very huge speed breaker. Usually in sedan cars the speed breaker hits the car ground, but in this SUV the car climbs it easily. And the suspension stays very softer side, so that it handles the off-road very easily. And during high speeds, when we cross 100 kmph per hour, the car acts so hard, so that the high speed stability of the car is so good, and it gives a lot of confidence to drive at high speed because of the car's weight. And this car is powered by projector lights with HID, and see, the visibility is so good. But the HID is just a normal HID. It's not so powerful like an aftermarket one. If we change aftermarket, the quality of projector and the HID will be so great, so that the intensity of the light and the visibility will improve a lot. Let me turn on the cruise control of this car. And this car ambient variant itself has the cruise control. And I turned on it, and you can see let me show you the average mileage. And the consumption when we turn on the cruise control increases. And in highway this feature is very useful to get the car into mileage drive, and you can easily get over 18 to 19 kmph in highways. But inside the city it is not recommendable, so you should drive so concentratedly. And the mileage of the car inside the city, when we drive slowly, we can get up to 10 to 13 kmph, and if we drive little bit fast and with a punch, the car gives only 8 to 10 kmph inside city. But in highways this car gives up to 17 kmph, and it varies above how do you drive in 100 kilometers per hour or to 120. In 100 it may be get a little bit higher, because of this car has a tall gear ratio, so that in 6th gear if you cruise in 100, this car gives more than 17, I expect. As you see, there is a big hump, and as this car comes under the category of SUV, it has a larger ground clearance, so it does not scratch the car at the ground. And you can use this car in very bumpy roads very easily, so that it does not the body touches the ground. And the VW group offers two power variant. One is 1 liter TSI and another is 1.5 TSI. And the 1 liter TSI produce 114 bhp, and the 1.5 TSI produce 149 bhp. And for the 1 liter TSI, I will come up with another Virtus GT car vlog soon. And thank you for watching this vlog, guys.